Imagine this. You park your Chevy outside your home, a quiet night. Then suddenly, fake police officers arrive, not to protect you, but to steal your car. And behind it all, your own Homeowners Association. What they didn't know is that you're not just a regular resident, you're a United States Marshal. This real story highlights how far some HOAs will go to control people and how dangerous it can get when authority is faked. First, let's set the scene. Homeowners associations, or HOAs, are neighborhood organizations. They collect fees, enforce rules, and claim to keep communities safe. But sometimes they abuse power. They fine residents for small things like leaving trash cans out. They argue about lawn length. They even threaten to tow cars from driveways. Now picture this. An HOA decides they don't like your Chevy parked in the wrong spot. Instead of sending a warning letter, they hire imposters. These so-called security officers show up dressed like police. They flash fake badges. They act official. They try to intimidate you into handing over your property. This is not only unethical, it's illegal. Impersonating law enforcement is a federal crime, and in this case, they picked the wrong house. Because inside that house is a U.S. Marshal, trained to detect threats, trained to spot fake authority, trained to enforce real law. Think about the irony. A group trying to take advantage of residents through fear, and they end up targeting someone who literally hunts criminals for a living. The marshal sees through the act. Fake uniforms, incorrect procedures, no legal paperwork, and most importantly, no real police presence. The marshal confronts them, calm, controlled, but alert. He asks questions only real officers would know. The imposters stumble, their stories don't match, their equipment is off, and soon their confidence fades. What was meant to be an easy intimidation attempt becomes a dangerous situation for them. Now let's pause. Why do HOAs even try things like this? The answer is control and money. Many associations are run by small groups with too much power. They issue fines, they tow vehicles, they place liens on homes, and sometimes they step so far over the line that it becomes abuse. But this story is more than just one HOA gone rogue. It shows a bigger issue, fake authority. Across the country, cases of people pretending to be police are on the rise. They use fake uniforms, flashing lights, even counterfeit IDs, and many citizens don't know how to tell the difference. So, what can we learn here? First, always check credentials. Real officers carry verifiable identification. Real law enforcement provides paperwork for actions like towing or searches. If something feels off, call your local police department immediately. Second, know your rights. HOAs may enforce neighborhood rules, but they cannot impersonate police. They cannot seize property without legal due process. If they try, it's fraud, and it should be reported. Third, don't be intimidated by appearance. Uniforms can be faked. Badges can be bought online. Confidence can be staged. Always verify before you comply. In the marshal's case, the outcome was clear. The imposters were exposed, their plan failed, and the HOA was caught crossing a dangerous line. But imagine if it had been a regular homeowner, someone without law enforcement training. The story might have ended very differently. This is why awareness matters. Stories like these remind us that authority should always be questioned, respectfully but firmly. Just because someone looks official does not mean they are. So next time you see flashing lights in your neighborhood, or someone demanding property in the name of the law, pause, think, verify, because your safety, your property, and your rights depend on it. To recap, an HOA tried to use fake cops to steal a Chevy, but the target was a U.S. Marshal. He spotted the fraud, he stopped it, and he exposed a serious problem that affects communities everywhere. Authority must be earned, not faked. Trust must be built, not forced. And law must always protect, not intimidate. If you found this story eye-opening, make sure to hit like. Subscribe for more real stories that uncover hidden abuses of power, and share this video so others know the truth about HOA abuse and fake authority. Your awareness can protect you, and it can protect your neighbors too.